gangs?
Do I have any info? Well, why are you curious about gangs? Let's start there.
I was thinking about it today, and I have like a quiet time in the morning. You know, I wake up and kind of just collect myself for the day and try to set the pattern for myself mentally.
So you woke up, like, you balanced out in gangs.
Yeah. A little while later, it occurred to me, how do gangs get new members? Do people? Is it all based on like people showing up being like, I'd like to join a gang?
No, man.
Or is it like you get recruited by a gang?
I guess in its own way of twisted recruitment. Usually it's just like,
Are these guys putting in applications? You know, I know there's not probably a lot of paperwork.
no, often you have to do some very awful things to get in.
That makes sense.
Oh.
I'll try. Yeah, I was thinking about being. No, I was not thinking about myself being. I was thinking about like what it would be like to be a recruiter for a gang.
I mean, I think
a military
gangs probably
recruiter.
recruit for themselves.
I'm sure that's right, but like the military has recruiters, you know, and it's just like, you know, you work. Let's say you work for the Crips or whatever. I don't want to. I'm not taking sides, but that's one of the only gangs I know about. So you know, you're at the mall. You see a nice young, respectable-looking man walk by. You say, "Hey, sir. Hello, young sir. Have you been thinking about your future?
Nah.
Have you got a minute to talk about
Nah.
a fraternal brotherhood of community building and entrepreneurship?
I don't know.
Some light crimes."
I think it may be more like, so it may more go like you walking down the street and
Okay, so
you
Andy
are
Eppler, I'm walking down the street. I'm at the mall, and a gang wants to recruit me because I'm so awesome.
you get bullied.
No, it's because they like my shoes, they like my swag, whatever.
No, you get bullied probably first.
They've seen my website. They know I'm on the
It's
level. They're
probably
like,
not
this
that.
guy would be a great member of our organization.
I don't think so. I think you have a very very distorted view of gangs.
Totally, I do. That's why I want to discuss it, because I don't have any information. I could just play with it. You know? I would really like to be a recruiter for a gang. I want to know kind of like...
Well, I don't know.
Probably not, right?
Gangs are pretty dark things in general.
Are they, though? Or are they just necessity?
They're
a cultural necessity.
Born out of necessity. They live in...
They're in the crime business because
they're sort of like communism. They were born with good intentions.
Yeah.
But usually it kind of ends up with some
I'm sure,
very violent things happening.
It's an entrepreneurial group. You know, it's dudes trying to like make money and take care of each other.
Well, no, it was supposed to be for protection for the neighborhood. That was
that's right. They take care of each other and shit. And like kind of, I don't know. It's about community, to me.
Well, it's supposed to be, yeah. Nah, a lot of them, I would argue, are not so much about that.
Are they not? I would love to interview a
that's
gang leader. Is that a thing that I could do for my podcast? Do you think I get in trouble if I interview a gang leader?
No, I think the trouble would be finding the gang leader to.
If I just put up posters.
To integrating yourself into that world enough would be the problem for you, I think.
Oh yeah, because they think one gang thinks like he likes that other gang. Let's fuck him up. Is that how it goes?
Oh, I mean, you could run into that if you were, I guess, in the right situations in the right sequence. But more so, just being in that world opens your world up to a whole different other.
Motherfuckers showing up at my house being like, I need a favor. Can I leave something in your garage for a minute?
Just opening that world is probably not the door you want to do. That's not the Narnia you want to step into.
Because, like, I see mafia movies, and it's like, you know, every once in a while your mafia buddy is like, and now I'm going to park this car in your garage for 3 days, and you need to shut the fuck up, or whatever. And you're like, okay.
I mean, I
don't want to be in that position.
It could be.
Because I also have, like, the mayor over to my house sometimes, and, like, the police chief, and, you know.
They might be right now.
I just want to be friendly with everybody, and I'm curious about... Now, I interviewed the Longmont Public Safety Chief, Mike Butler. He's in charge of the police and fire department. He's like the top cop, basically. He's a great dude. And, you know, he didn't mention gangs, really, when we were talking. He was mostly concerned about people who are having mental health issues or whatever. He was worried about some of the drugs.
You might not have.
Well, I'm sure he's worried about all the drugs. I don't want to put words in his mouth. It's a great episode. You should listen to my podcast.
There's a couple things, I mean, that could be going on there. could be not be so many gangs up here.
Yeah, right.
In this area, it could be more south, or
Denver.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly.
There are definitely gangs in Denver, right?
Yeah, but
it seems like gangs are sort of passé.
Then the other.
They still. I mean, our gangs. They're still
the
a
other
thing.
thing that could be going on there. He could just be telling you about what he thinks you're interested in. He could not. He could not be just. He could just be looking at you and be like, he's not. He doesn't want to know about gangs.
Oh yeah. I think like when gang member, and you know it's a he too. I bet you know lady gang member leaders. I bet there are. I hope there are.
Oh, there are definitely some lady.
Oh, there are definitely lady gang members.
Okay, so we're back.
So okay, yeah. It does seem, I don't know, maybe stereotypically speaking, it seems like a male-dominated field, gang leading. But maybe that's old way of thinking. I don't know.
It is male-dominated.
See, these are the questions I have, dude. How like progressive are these organizations?
I mean, I think the cartels are a little bit more progressive, maybe, than American gangs.
Oh, really?
From what I've seen, yeah, at least.
Cartels are like, seems like to me, a gang is a group of community members, you know, working together to accomplish goals, you know, like making money and taking care of each other and protecting the, you know, from being abused by the majority and whatever. That's all noble shit, man. And the reason that they have to do so much illegal shit, I think, is mostly from, like, habit. Because back probably when gangs were starting getting going, like, that's the only field of work available to you. You know what I mean? Seemingly, to me.
Well, I think it's just things just twisted that way.
Yeah. Totally they did. And so, like, I wonder what gangs are like now.
Like, the police, you know, it probably didn't like little vigilante groups running around, so they probably started arresting them. And then you got a criminal record, then what else do you have to do with crime?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, dude. So it seems like a cultural necessity on some level. But also just like kind of like a fraternal brotherhood of like kind of like this kind of support structure, you know. And then also like they cap motherfuckers or whatever. Heart, I guess, you know.
At the heart, that's what it's supposed to be.
And I know that there were gang wars and shit like that were really terrible for society and all. I know that.
I mean, there's betrayals in gangs as well.
Fully, yeah.
So I mean, there's all that. I don't know.
But there's
something to be said about how much of because nowadays gangs aren't necessarily built on that same premise of a lot of gangs aren't necessarily built on the same premise of like, hey, we're here to protect the neighborhood. It's more just like, this is our hood, this is our territory.
Yeah.
And there may be some protection that comes with it, but like at the same thing, there's danger that comes with, you know, just going around to a different area.
Yeah. Well, I agree that, like, obviously, you know, they're dangerous people. You know what I mean? Tough dudes and shit like that. I wouldn't want to fuck with them at all. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or whatever. But I am curious about their culture. You know what I mean? Because that's not something that I have access to. But as an artist, I'm really interested.
Yeah,
but as like
I think
a
it often
fucking
gets
white blonde dude.
I think it often gets glorified, very much overglorified.
Exactly, right? So like, I'm not even really sure, you know, is it all, you know, I don't think it's all posturing. I think that these people are as tough as they purport themselves to be or whatever, and certainly take violent action, whatever. But I just wonder what those people are like. And how that structure works. There's a boss at the top, right?
I would think that they're probably a lot like you and I, just willing to go to some more extreme measures on some things.
Yeah, that's what I think too. So like,
they
you
probably
got the
sit around,
leader.
play video games, and listen to music, probably play some music.
They just want to do the same shit we want to do.
And then at the end, they're just willing to do. There's more extreme parts of their lives.
Yeah, that's completely understandable to me, you know? I think that's really interesting. And somehow I get the feeling that I'm never going to really get to know what that culture's like on the inside, you know? And I don't think my artsy-fartsy reputation is going to do much in that room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The same reason that, like on the way over here, I did a quick interview over the phone with the newspaper about Left Hand Artist Group and the fundraiser they're doing. Left Hand Arts Group's doing a fundraiser. You should Google it and give your money. That's what I think, listener. So I basically said that same shit to the newspaper people. But I think the same reason that the newspaper people called me up for that interview is the same reason that, like, in the room of gang members, I'm probably not going to do that well.
Well, and
You know.
well, you say you say you want to interview one, and I would contend that you're probably going to have a hard time, like, getting someone to talk about gang activity on tape.
Yeah, totally. And, like, we would just obviously, what do you do then, right? Because you can't get them to, they just shouldn't talk about it. Is it illegal to be in a gang?
Well, yeah.
Is it really?
It's actually, like, I forget what it, like, gang affiliation is illegal. Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what constitutes being in a gang. But yeah, like, if you can get in trouble for having, like, certain gang tattoos and stuff like that.
Interesting. I did not know that. Wow.
Like,
See,
police
I'm so
keep data
uneducated.
banks on people who are in gangs and all that stuff.
Do you guys need a graphic designer?
You guys need a graphic.
You guys like paintings? Do portraits of you guys? Put it in your little, where you hang out or whatever. I played.
I don't know what happens when you don't come up with one of those on time.
Yeah, well, right. Well, I'll have to set that. I don't work real fast.
And yeah, you said that parameter, but yeah, those parameters always get changed by whoever has the biggest arm.
Well, that's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
I mean, I played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and that's probably the closest I've ever had to being inside a gang. I was Grove Street.
That's the closest.
And I bet you that's the closest I ever will get to have.
It's probably for the best. Yeah.
So, being that probably is the truth. And I'm not going to really get to hang out with a gang and be like, what's it like to be like this? What are you guys doing? Or whatever. Who's the boss?
Who's
you know
the
what
boss?
I mean? All that kind of stuff. Is there a treasury secretary?
Yeah.
There's a board member, right? There's a board maybe that makes these decisions. I don't know. But in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you play as CJ. Did you play this game?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Dude, I played it through like 3 times because I found it very moving. And
little quick fun fact: I've never finished a Grand Theft Auto game all the way through.
Really?
Never. Okay, yeah, that's true for a lot of games. Attention span, but
interesting. Well, that's a project for this show maybe. But in this game, you play as CJ. You come back to town because your mom died or whatever, and you get back together with your old buddies on Grove Street. They've got a gang there, kind of like, I don't know. It seems like 15 motherfuckers or whatever. It's not very many guys. And over the course of, say, 40 hours or whatever, you grow this gang, you expand the territory, you defend the territory. It's just this very involving thing. And, boy, I just fucking loved it. Listening to hip-hop super loud and just, like, going around icing motherfuckers. It was awesome, dude. It was an awesome time in Grand Theft Auto. Of course, I know that that's not like the real world, but that's the closest I'm ever gonna experience it.
I still waiting for this new Red Dead.
Me too.
And that's gonna be fun. I don't know. Every time I hear about Grand Theft Auto, I just think about Rockstar and the Red Dead. Sorry.
One thing I was a little disappointed by. I was a little disappointed in the. So, all I've seen is the previews for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a little let down in the protagonist.
Why is that?
It's just another fucking. It's the same thing we had in the last game.
Oh, are you expecting something?
White guy ... runs with gun.
Yeah, I think it's the son, right?
I don't think so.
Or is it?
It's another gang member from his gang.
Oh, okay.
And it's just another dude in a big 10-gallon hat. And it's like, why can't I play as like a Native American in this universe? Would be fucking awesome. Throwing tomahawks at motherfuckers.
So you just wanted a whole completely different archetype.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because you can't choose in the game. You're stuck with whoever they pick. But like...
Yeah, I mean, it's not one of those create your own character type games.
No. Let me be...
That would be cooler, though.
Or a lady would be.
If they let you
interesting.
create like out of like different archetypes, you could be a Native American. You could be a
It just adds layer to the story, you know.
yeah.
For me, more to experience. The world's gonna automatically treat you a little different, you know.
I still want to see what the online capabilities like
Oh, yeah.
playing with other people are.
Yeah, I don't know
That's-
what that's gonna be like.
That's what I'm curious about. Was so
I think it'll be a good game.
I was trying to think what other games were. I know Spider-Man came out and that's gotten good reviews.
Yeah, you know, whatever. I'm sure it's great. For me, you know, I'm much more interested in like the next Elder Scrolls game or the next, you know, even this next Fallout looks a little repetitive, but I'm still gonna get it. You know?
I have not played really any of the Fallouts. That's not my.
It's really fun. Post-apocalyptic world, you know, machine guns. It's Skyrim with machine guns, motherfucker. It's good.
It's not really my type of interface. It's like I don't know, something never really caught.
That first-person shit.
Well, I played like a lot of the Halos, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little more like Halo. Yeah, they got guns and shit,
But I mean,
robots, and you know.
I played a lot of first-person games, but it's something about that interface. It's just like, it just doesn't quite catch me. I don't know.
I like it, but I love Elder Scrolls. That's the series that I really love.
That's the
I'm afraid that that's gonna get repetitive too.
that's the Lodestar.
Yeah. Lodestar. Lodestar.
What a word.
Did you ever see Spaceballs?
Oh yeah.
His name is Lone Star, but it works Lodestar as well. Lodestar. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Yeah. The lightsaber duel. It's a good game. Yeah, well, I guess the last thing I want to say about the gang-related talk is, I guess I won't interview a gang leader.
I think it's probably for the best
Yeah,
for both parties.
yeah. They're not just going to be friendly and fun like me.
I mean, they might be. It's not just that, but
They might be, right? They might be fun.
it's just the door. You know.
I think you're right.
I mean, you can interview him if but you gotta get like I don't know how that works. When
Boy, I don't know
CBS
that.
interviews people.
I don't want somebody knocking on my door being like, "We are investigating this guy, and you have evidence, and we want you to turn it over and
that's
shit."
That's to say, if you
I
want
don't do that shit.
if you want to get into
in
that
that
one.
position. I don't know anything that would get me in trouble. I'm not trying to learn a bunch of dangerous shit. You know, I just want to find out about people.
Yeah. So there's always that risk, that door. That's all I'm saying. But life is risk, man.
Yeah, I guess.
What you gonna do? You live and you die.
Yeah, but that die
gotta
part,
take
it
some
could
chances.
be later.
It could be later. Take some chances in between, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I won't be involved with gangs.
He said it could be later. Doesn't have to come so quick.
Yeah, I think if I'm like interviewing the Crips and Bloods and stuff, I don't think they're gonna take it super well. I don't know. They don't have a great history.
Depends on what questions you're asking.
That's right, dude. What? I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, you gotta go in there with a plan. You can't just go in there willy nilly.
Yeah.
So, who have you shot?
Yeah, I don't want to know that shit anyway.
That's-
I want to know, like, how do you think of the person who tells you what to do? Is that your boss?
I don't know.
Is that your friend who you agree to listen to?
A friend who you agree to listen to.
You know what I'm saying?
So polite.
Yeah, I don't know how you think of that. There's a gang leader. Now, gang leader tells you to do some shit. I imagine you got to do it.
Well, yeah, I would imagine so.
I just want to know how they think of that structure. And is it like the military, where it's like, he's the captain, you gotta obey the captain? Or is it like, I trust Greg. You know, Greg's the leader. We made him the leader for a good reason.
They would probably just be like, I trust my OGs. They've haven't led me astray, something like that.
Huh. See, it's like a relationship thing. It's not really a hierarchy thing.
I mean, it's sort of like a hierarchy and relationship built out of respect.
Yeah.
And power through connection.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. Damn it.
So yeah, it's probably a little bit of both.
I'll have to wait. I'm sure there will be gangs in the future, and you know, when I'm like in my 60s and shit,
And you got
then I'll
security
gamble
detail.
it a little bit. I'll gamble it up a little bit. I don't want to gamble it up when I'm fucking 33. You know, you got all those years to fuck that relationship up, and then like the gang guy doesn't like you anymore or whatever. Then you're in real trouble.
Then one day you're just sitting at home and the fire goes out,
Yeah.
candles blow out, and window bangs. You're like, what? And and you feel a piercing. As a silenced bullet pierces your chest, you look down, it stings, and you realize what's happened.
That's not a bad way to go. That sounds kind of romantic. They blew out the candles and shit.
Oh, that was the wind from the windows.
Oh. Well, it's a nice effect.
It's a nice effect. So
It's
they
like-
blew out the candles.
Because I'm gonna die. You blew out the candle. Oh, you know what? That's kind of nice. It's kind of like a, not romantic like we're gonna make out, but just kind of like poetic kind of, oh, I like that, you know? Yeah. Getting shot in the chest and dying within, a minute or whatever, that's not so
Oh,
bad.
I wasn't done, but that's how you can go if you would like to go that way.
There's a lot more after that?
Oh no, you're just gonna get, then there'd be another pierce, and you, as you're realizing what's happening, and you try to scream out, but there's not really a lot of air there because there's 2 holes in your chest,
Of course.
and then it just goes dark as he puts the last one in your head.
That's pretty. Oh, don't do it in the head because I'm trying to trip there. Because like my pineal gland will have just released.
He's gonna put that in your head.
What a shame. Oh, that's the
He's
one
a
thing I would
professional.
ask.
He's a professional.
That's the one thing I would ask.
No, it's gonna.
It's okay. I promise not to live.
You're just seeing stars. You just.
That's cool. I'm looking for that. That's like the final trip. Shoot me a bunch of times in the chest. I'm super pleased.
I will.
Give it to me like 80 times in the chest. That's all good. But like, I'm trying to use this brain. I'm trying to trip right now. So be cool, Kill me, but be cool,
Well, it's just a.
Yeah.
That's what you get though. You get the third one.
That's not a very long time to think. I think that's not a bad way to go. Better than torture
No, it's just
chamber.
enough time to realize what's going on by the second shot, and then you're
those
like,
candles blew out. Very strangely.
and then that's just it.
How was I sitting around with the candles? Was I being romantic with myself?
I think you're sitting around sipping a whiskey,
Okay.
smoking a cigar, reminiscing on some things. You probably just threw another log on the fire. You're like,
of course.
Life is crazy. I've gone through a lot.
This is nice. This is a good final day.
And
I smell some lilac from the garden.
and-
Oh, how lovely.
and then you're like, I gotta polish up the Corvette tomorrow. And then
Who do I work for that has a Corvette?
I don't know. And then you get the shit. And then the first shot comes, and it's like you got a really hard punch in the chest. Someone just knocked the wind out you. And then the second one, you see a little red from the first one,
Scary.
and then that's it.
I think.
I don't think you really noticed the candles going out.
Oh, see.
It's ancillary.
Oh, bummer. That's okay. I would have liked to have known that, because it's an interesting image. as
Well,
I die.
okay. So so the candles go out, and you're like, huh, that's it.
Huh.
And then all
As
the
if to,
and then all the air goes
foreshadow
away.
my impending. Blah, blah.
And then all the air goes from. Just as you think that's interesting, that's it. How about that? Is that a romantic enough movie scene?
I appreciate. I think that's.
I think I write a pretty good death scene.
That's a great death scene, and for me, being murdered by a gang, that sounds really nice.
That sounds really nice.
Because they have worse ways than that.
Now, unfortunately, you don't get the
I'm not even getting the
the
scary
open
sound
casket
of the
and
gun.
all that, but yeah.
I'm not even getting that scary sound of the gun. When I was sitting in my living room, no big bangs to jostle
No.
me. It's just like, ow, my chest.
Just
or-
silence.
Yeah, oh, weird. It sounds like some kind of large horse spit outside or something.
It's just
No.
so loud, horse spit outside.
And now I'm bleeding in my chest. But at least it's not like, gah, That's
Yeah.
a drag. That's way scarier.
The sounds coming with it.
Oh, yeah. Ah! That shit's scary.
Hmm.
You know?
I never thought about it like that.
Oh man, that's my job. Yeah,
I never thought that being shot by a silence gun would be better than the.
It's better. I think it's a lot better. Especially if you're getting a couple in the chest or whatever first. Like, yeah, bang bang is fucking loud when you're not expecting it.
But I mean, after the first one, are you even gonna be able to jerk, or are you just like worried about the first one?
I think you're wondering what's happening. The first one. I think you're going, what the fuck was that? That hurt so bad, you know? You're looking down, you're grabbing at it. You're like, ooh, that hurts. Am I having a heart attack? You know? But that's right over your heart. I'm assuming it's on the left side, I guess.
Oh, man. So you think that's what happens?
I don't know. I think it's very confusing to die.
Well, probably very confusing, yeah. If it happens like that.
You'll be in shock. You won't have any... Nobody will have threatened you. You'll just be hanging the fuck out. Be like, should I get my dick out? They're like, choo. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. You're just minding your own business, and all of a sudden, like, there's a silenced, which it makes a noise, but not very loud. Yeah, I mean, from a distance, it's maybe a little louder than that, but not much louder. I mean, I think it would be surprising, and I don't think you'd figure it out immediately. Especially if it got you in the heart or... You know?
I think it's like, I'm trying to remember. I've heard it before.
Foxville, dude.
I'm trying to remember the sound.
Nah, that's why they use silencers. So you aren't ready for the next one and shit. If you didn't hear the first one, this is for secret keeping, man. Silence.
I guess it does. It depends on the size of the gun, because the first one.
Totally. It still sounds like a gunshot. It's just not.
I'm thinking of a 9mm silence.
Oh,
now, if you had like a 40 cal silence.
I mean, it's a 9mm, right? What are they using? Who knows, right? They probably only use guns for special occasions, really. You carry them around, but if they're going to do real work, you need a fucking gun you're going to get rid of.
Yeah.
Seems to me, what do I know? I don't know.
Seems to me.
I've
never done anything of the sort.
Think about that stuff. I've seen it in movies, but we've already said that's not how it works.
We've had a very long conversation about planning your death scene.
That's okay. I will die one day. I'll bet it won't be like that. But we did just talk about it and really conceptualize it. There is, of course, a universe where that is exactly how I died, or will die, or both, or all of, infinite numbers of universes. So, of course, there is a universe where I died from gang-related violence.
Gang-related violence.
Just trying to ask people about themselves. So, Bad Dog.
I described more of a mafioso type killing right there.
Yeah, that's the mafia. They would totally, and I'd be interested to talk to those guys too. But for the same reason, I guess I won't.
Now I guess more traditional gang killing would be more
like
like drive by.
Out of me or whatever.
Drive by.
Yeah.
You would get the shots. You wouldn't get the silence.
No, I don't think so.
You'd be just sitting there playing basketball out there in the hoop. You just about to be put up a shot, and then all of a sudden you couldn't really get the shot off. You're like, what the? You wouldn't know why.
Yeah. Or yeah. Who knows? That's the place to get me for sure. I'm always stoned. I'd be easy to kill.
But that's not as romantic.
No.
That doesn't play as well in the movie theater.
Well, the movie will make it up anyway.
The movie.
And there's no reason to make a movie about me. But if I were murdered, there'd be at least a 2020 episode or something. Or a Nightline.
Nightline.
That would be great. I'd love to make it on Nightline, for my murder. Oh, there's a dimension where I totally got on Nightline for my murder, dude.
Since we're talking about murder, what is the way you would not want to go? What's the worst way?
Burning.
Burning?
Burning's pretty bad. You don't die real quick. You basically got to cook. That sucks. That's way worse than drowning, to me.
I mean, yeah, drowning is not the worst way to go.
No.
Burning.
Poison's pretty bad if it's painful. Burning's pretty bad for same reason, essentially. Burning fucking sucks. You burn your little finger, ruins your day. Maybe a couple days if you burn it on the stove in a real way. whole body, your fucking ding dong burning and shit.
But I mean,
Nope.
so you're saying burning, like, there's no smoke inhalation, it's just pure burning.
Yeah, on the steak.
But the steak, everyone died from smoke inhalation. That was a myth that they died from burning.
Well, that's even fucking worse.
Smoke inhalation is not worse. It's like drowning.
You're burning while that's happening. You're not dying from the burning. You die sooner from the smoke, is what they're saying.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, you'll die from the fire, but
Yeah,
you will feel that fire.
You'll feel the fire for but I'm trying to think.
Now, a house fire, a lot of people die from smoke inhalation. I think that's right.
There's
But
worse. There's worse ways. Because there's
steak-
like that. What is that chemical that they put in you that like burns? That can like burn like being injected for like what is it? Magnesium?
Magnesium will ignite, or potassium.
No, what is it? That's in brain fart. What's it? Mercury.
Does it burn?
I think so. One of those one of those things, substances burns if you get injected with it. That would suck.
That would suck.
And it's not like quick. It's like burning in your veins.
Yeah, see the lethal injection shit.
There's that's what I'm saying. There's other ways that are worse than smoke inhalation while catching some fire.
Yeah, thrown into a pool of acid would be lame.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's just chemical
I don't
version
think
of burning.
I don't think getting stabbed in the guts would go well either.
Oh well, I would not like to die. You know, there are no versions of this that I'm gonna like.
Yeah, but
that sounds like a good time. Oh, to be fucked to death by bears. Yeah, I mean that's more my speed. You know, I'm not gonna find any.
Saying, what's the worst one though? Like, what's the one you just
fucked to death by bears?
Absolutely
bad.
can't do.
That occurred to me while I was talking, and that seems pretty bad.
Yeah, that does seem terrible.
Yeah, because bears plural is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lived through the first one?
At least one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, I guess you can always come up with a terrible. But no one's ever died that way though. Okay, so it has a way that someone has died.
Crotch slide down a razor banister.
That's not. No one's died that way though. So it's a way that someone has knowingly died.
Oh, okay. Burning is on the stake is really bad. That's my number one answer. But
That's your number one.
The things that the Catholic Church did to people in Spain for the Spanish Inquisition.
I was trying to think of some of those.
Lowered a motherfucker onto a piping hot spike up his ass.
I was thinking some people have fallen into like hot oil, man.
Yep, that's the thing. Boiled in oil. One of the apostles, I think, died that way.
That was
boiled in oil fucking sucks. But like
that'd be worse than being on a steak, man.
They had this cone kind of spike, and they would heat it up red hot, and they would tie motherfucker up, kind of with his legs spread up, and they just lower his asshole right onto that thing, and just kind of pull him down onto it. That sucks. That is no kind of way to die.
Okay, so
The Catholic Church is very clever. You know,
clever?
Yeah, that's very creative.
Disgusting.
They're good at hiding pedophiles. They're good at torturing people.
Yeah,
they got a lot of positive,
got a lot of positive things going
you got a lot of silver lining to the Catholic Church.
Golly, man.
They're good at things.
It's awful.
Started wars.
They
sided with, they made friends with the Nazis. I won't say they sided with the Nazis. That's not fair. But they definitely shook hands with the Nazis. Yeah, the Catholic Church. Whatever. This is the whole thing. But they're like a gang.
Yeah.
Look at all the fucking Skrilla they've acquired.
I like how the Pope just gets to change years of things that have been established in the Catholic Church.
That's how it worked when everybody
just with the
agrees.
wave of his hand. They just I decree this.
Oh, I was talking to God because I can, and he
so
was talking
wild
back
to me
because we're friends, and God said to me to tell you. That's always a bad situation.
It's so wild to me that he can just sit there and just oh yeah, those other popes, I don't know who they were talking to, but what I know is you can do this and this and this.
Yeah. That's so strange. I don't really understand.
I don't even know the whole list of things that he said that that past popes have said are wrong that he said are like it's cool.
Yeah.
But there's like this last pope has been pretty radical.
Yeah, he did a thing where get this. First of all, I don't really think hiding pedophiles and all that is good shit. I think that's bad shit. I was being facetious. Just in case that didn't come through. I saw this video of the Pope taking questions from the audience, and this little boy, cute little boy, little tiny boy. Oh, hello, little Pope. He comes up and asks a couple questions. And the question was like, my father just died. He was a good man, but he was an atheist. Is he in hell? And the Pope goes, was your father a good man? And yes. Well, I think he's in heaven, basically, is the punchline.
Yeah.
It's just like, you could just get in?
Yeah, that's I saw that. I was like, since when?
Does that break the whole thing?
I was like, I saw that too. I was like, I didn't know that's how that worked.
I never heard that way. I'm stoked, of course.
I'm stoked.
I'm an atheist.
That's like a win-win.
Yeah, I don't believe there's a God, but if I died and found out there was, and that he was like, you're cool, come on in. Like,
just
remember how you hoped it would be with the gangs? That's how it's going to be here. Do you want to ask me about the hierarchy of heaven? Like, oh my God, I do.
I was flabbergasted when I saw that. I was like, how does that work? Like, how does he get to do that?
Yeah, that was fucked.
So the Pope just gets to open up the gates of heaven. Is what you're telling me?
I think maybe he does. Or at least this one guy.
Golly,
that's awesome,
man.
I don't know how that works in their doctrine, but
me either. But he was out there proudly, just hey, yeah, this is how it works now.
The gang leader gave the fucking rules down. He told them how it's gonna be. What are the other people gonna do? Overthrow the gang leader? They can't. They've invested too much energy into him. Went through this sacred process and all this,
Yeah, wow.
They can't just whack him, I mean, they're good, I guess. Just whack him. But
has the Pope ever been assassinated?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh fuck yeah, I think they've killed popes.
Man, like as in a known assassination, or like just like.
If I don't really remember the information. I imagine a pope or two have been poisoned, just like a Caesar or anybody. Maybe more than a couple.
Let's see.
I hope not. I hope every pope was living a wonderful life and just enjoyed it forever. I'll bet you.
They're saying that, yeah. Well, let's see. Well, all of these, nothing after the year 1303.
Oh.
So, like,
but before then.
Before then, allegedly poisoned and then clubbed to death. Allegedly smothered, allegedly murdered. Strangled either by starvation, ill treatment. Like, one of these is allegedly murdered by the jealous husband of the woman with whom he was in bed. That's how one of the popes went, apparently. Yeah, allegedly poisoned, allegedly murdered while in post-abdication captivity. Allegations blame his successor. I didn't know. So the Pope just gives up the throne?
The last one did.
I thought he died.
No, he was
I thought it was still death.
He was kind of starting to lose it, I think, and so they decided to be like, we should get a new guy in here.
I never knew how that worked.
Oh, so they've killed a bunch of popes. And
there's a bunch of alleged lees.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's some martyr popes.
Ones that get killed on purpose.
I don't know how this works. Like,
I know.
Like, how do you become a martyr pope?
Well, you have to die for the cause, not just like hip deep in some lady. You know, you
Nah,
gotta die
yeah.
for like Christianity on some level. You know, like in a battle or
Yeah.
at peace talks and you get stabbed or some shit.
Well, I learned something today. I never knew a pope got murdered.
A bunch of them sounds like.
Yeah, well, I only saw like one on there that, and this is
The
Wikipedia
allegedly
too.
thing, right?
But there's a whole bunch of allegedlys.
Yeah, and that's probably because like of record keeping back then. They probably try to keep that under wraps or whatever. How the Pope actually died, so it's probably hard to really find real
I
information.
mean, one pope probably just died during sex.
Yeah,
He probably didn't even die. He wasn't even strangled. He just died during sex.
or he was getting strangled, but not how they presented it. He's into it.
It was not the.
Hey, that happens, man. You gotta be careful when you're
I
strangled.
mean, that's how David Carradine went.
That's
From
right,
Kill
dude.
Bill.
You gotta be responsible
With
when
your
you're gonna
auto
do outlandish
asphyxiation.
stuff. When you're gonna do extra fun stuff, dude, you gotta be extra careful.
Extra fun stuff. Oh man. Well, I think we'll leave it on that note. The note of extra fun stuff.
Don't join a gang.
Yeah. Don't
Unless
join
it's
it.
the Denver Nuggets fan club.
And don't become a pope either.
No, you will get murdered. There's a pretty good chance of it.
Not a good lineage here. All right, gang. My name's Greg.
My name's Ando, though.
This has been a late weekend show. You guys have a good night and rest of the week.
Jokic!
Yo,